Hello everyone, and welcome to my Duel Today official news channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. There wasn't much to celebrate this week on Days of Our Lives with two DOA weddings and a soon-to-be burial, but it did keep things intriguing. Fourth edition, they put forth a lot of effort to give Lai a complex past and complexity before killing him off. Was that right? Let's start with the weddings because Eric and Nicole are now wed, in the wrong hands. Not that I think they should be married, but given their child and the fact that it's obvious what they'd want, these marriages might break Salem records for the fastest breakdowns. I suppose that will depend on how long Melinda and Leo manage to get away with handing Sloane Nicole's kid. However, Eric showed Marlena that Sloane was 100% correct before hurrying into their wedding. He is only with her because he is unable to be with Nicole and bear their child, which does not excuse her behavior. Although I still find what they did to Sloane offensive, she was correct to doubt Eric, which is, quite literally, the furthest thing from a healthy partnership. Aside, I adore Sloane's decision to not wear white. Regarding the ceremonies themselves, which are becoming progressively dull, big weddings are something I miss, but I believe the funding isn't there anymore. Days of Our Lives continues to get smaller, just like the rest of the day. I think that the Xander and Gwen/Leo and Craig double wedding debacle might be the final significant wedding event we witness, unless there is a significant shift in the political landscape. Having said that, perhaps they might at least create the illusion that there will be large weddings in the future with some creative editing and camera angles. The majority of the time, it looks like the show addresses limits by having people choose to get married at the last minute. A little romanticism and the build-up to the big day itself could be beneficial. However, for couples like Nicole and EJ and Eric and Sloane, who we know are headed nowhere, it's not really essential. So yes, in this instance. But at least EJ laughed at those pigs in a blanket for a Demira wedding. That's something I can get behind. People's opinions about Halloween episodes are usually more extreme on days, with little room for middle ground. Yes, they have previously done the dream thing, but I still had fun identifying the film references. Sloane's was, well, any zombie movie. Chad's was Pet Sematary. Holly's was Scream. Petition to have Raven Bowens be the next murderer in Screen VI. Anyone. It's unclear to me what Paulina's was. Lethal Allure? I won't go into great detail about this year's Halloween, but I will say that it at least alluded to the themes of the characters' concerns and perhaps offered us a sneak peek at how disastrous things could get when some of these problems are revealed. For starters, it was evident how much Chad fears Stephanie destroying his life, as well as how much he worries about his late wife destroying his present attempt at a life. Even if their relationship is currently just as obviously unhealthy as the newlyweds, at least Chad resisted the urge to get married right away. Let's now examine the future of this Everett project. Other than being a spoiler for a relationship that is already failing, I don't think he's bad news. He is his own persona. For the time being, you can see whether you agree with my crazy notion of what awakened him up from his coma here. But there's a lot of room for interpretation. My main concern, though, is this. Why did Stephanie just say, "Oh, he ghosted me," instead of, "Oh my God"? If their relationship was going so well and as serious as they portray it to be, is he okay? Even if I'm not an expert in relationships, I wouldn't think ghosted if I stopped communicating with someone. Much like call all the hospitals, but with a sad expression. Many people just want Gabby dead and gone, from what I could tell lately, and especially from the comments on last week's soapbox. Although it's still possible, I believe the more likely scenario is that she is arrested or flees to escape it. Well, perhaps she disappears to hang out in Vivian's secret hideout. They would both adore that, I'm sure. I'm ready for at least a Gabby break, though, given how harsh she was this week. I'm aware that she is capable of such savagery, but at this point, we don't have many redeeming traits left in her. I still feel horrible about Lai even though he committed, or attempted to commit, some very horrible things, Although I had a sneak peek at this before, I wish there had been more information available sooner, as it would have greatly contributed to understanding why he was so adamant about keeping Gabby. Remington Hoffman was, in my opinion, underutilized. Lai was all too frequently a one-dimensional, power-hungry character, but there were times when Hoffman let Lee's vulnerability and natural response to his father's rage come through. And when he haltingly explained to Marlena how his father had ruined his first romance, he perfectly captured Lee's feelings. No disrespect to Marlena's extraordinary talent, but therapy doesn't wrap up as cleanly or as rapidly as his did. But those were some excellent character moments. Lai was obviously insane by Friday, but I think another great Friday cliffhanger would have been Lai and Gabby getting together with the knife. That way, you would have ended the week with the mindset of, okay, this is it. This is how she goes, just to have the rug yanked out from under us on Monday. However, that might make it more difficult to avoid Gabby being the one who killed him. She didn't do it, and that much is obvious. That does not, however, imply that she will escape punishment. Who, though, would genuinely wish to murder Lay? Outside of Wendy, I am aware that he wasn't exactly Mr. Popular, but to kill him? For whatever reason, Midian? Dr. Rolfe. Father Lee? There must be more going on in this situation. Before Stefan barged in to see Gabby standing over a dying Lai, we received a massive leap. A great deal of this story happened during that period. Feurigel and Hoffman had made fun of the idea that EJ and Lai would collaborate, but he has since passed away. They could have conspired to stage this and put Gabby up for the death penalty. But head writer Ron Carlivati appears to have told Soap Opera Digest, RIP, that he is no longer with the show. And it would be unfortunate because, right before the credits, the program finally given him nuance, emotion, and backstory. Though we'd seen hints of it previously, Lai became all too human in his closing days. In any case, it becomes rather obvious that this will drive Gabby away rather than end her life. That will at least guarantee her return at some point, hopefully less inclined to irritate everyone. Gabby isn't the best actor in the world, and since doing that requires a lot of effort, Kamala Bonis deserves praise for her "Oh no, I'm so kidnapped. Please help me" monologue. Was it not possible for Holly to mention Chad, Stefan, or any other demure man than EJ when Johnny asked her about the family member she was crushing on? Her stepdad's fake crush on her has increased the ick factor even further. Johnny did a really good job of subtly conveying his protective older brother persona when he asked Holly whether she was being bullied. The writing was fantastic. However, they really hammered us over the head the following day when Johnny repeatedly reiterated that he was the protective big brother, as described. Subtlety, farewell. Everything about Gabby telling Stefan about the zombies had the show delayed Blake Barra's return until he appeared on screen. Next scene where he unexpectedly showed up at Stephanie's doorway would have had more of a point and been more tense. Thanks for watching if you liked this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any updates.